All right, everyone, it's Discord Friday. If you're not a member of Discord, that link is in the description below. If you want to click that, come on over, post your pictures, and you will be on a future Friday. Guys, if you want to donate, appreciate it. Thumbs up, all that stuff. Subscribe to the channel. I just hit 3,400 subscribers. Very happy about that. So with that being said, let's get on to the first picture for Discord Friday. All right, so the first thing I want to go over is last week's picture of stacks. I asked in the comment section if you guys could point out what I don't like about this pallet, although it's built very well. Guys, there's only one thing, and that's this down here. I tell you all the time, and I'll really emphasize this for new employees. If it has an arrow on it, point it out. All right, we do not want to put something like this on its side. There is a reason why this has an arrow going up. Could it be juices that are inside of a bag because this is frozen stuff, so is the juices going to leak out of the bag and then leak out of the box? There is a reason why there is an arrow on that box. So that's the only thing I dislike about this. A couple people said this middle column up the back. I don't mind that because it's the end of the order and he's looking to balance both sections together. I actually kind of really like this, and I probably would have actually done the same thing. So other than this case right here, very well built pallet. All right, guys, so for this Discord Friday, the first one I'll look at is Operation Katana. I believe it. Yeah, Operation Katana. Holy crap, very nice looking pallet. I mean, guys, this is what I'm talking about. When you have all the same cases, people can make this very difficult, and it does not have to be difficult. We got a nice base with all the same cases. See how we're nice and square. We got all these cases here all lined up. And then when we get these boxes here, we keep them nice and separated. We're keeping things nice and spaced. You don't see any of these big cases in the middle part of the pallet, do you? No, they're all on the outsides pointing like this, okay? Tying everything in with the smaller cases in the middle, all right? None of these big boxes are in the part of the pallet that I don't like. This pallet is as solid as they come. Very nice job. All right, the next pallet I want to look at is Mad Zombie Gamer. Actually, a very nice looking pallet. I don't mind the breaker pallet. Do I think you need the breaker pallet? No, I don't. I think you could stack perfectly fine on top of the bananas. With that also being said, these are a 6 block, not a 5 block. So if you 6 block your bananas, your pallet's not going to be as tall. All right, so now it looks like you 5 blocked it. Something tells me you need 15. And you wanted to get that level layer. See, this is the same thing I talk about with slip sheets. We set ourselves up, we desperately want that slip sheet so bad that sometimes you're compromising the form of the pallet or you're compromising the height of the pallet. In this situation right here, if I had to guess, you needed 15 bananas. So you immediately thought if I 5 block these, I'm going to be able to put my breaker pallet on. Me personally, I would have 6 blocked them, and all this would have been on my bananas with no breaker pallet, and my pallet probably would have been this high. That's what I would have done. But something tells me you set yourself up for that breaker pallet. So I guess it's personal preference. I would not do it, but it still looks good. All right, this is another one of Mad Zombie Gamer also, and I want to say that I would have selected these the same exact way. If I had what we got here, 3, 6, 9, we got 18 eggs, I probably, and I knew I was going to juice, I would have done it the same way. I would have stacked my eggs up the front of the pallet, and I would have done exactly what they did. I really appreciate this because probably 80% of the people at my perishable warehouse would have stacked these eggs as a base and put all the juice on top of it. We do have this type of selecting in our warehouse as well, and I would have stacked it the same way. So I applaud you for taking time to stack the pallet this way so you are not crushing the eggs. All right, this next pallet is Jeremy's over in the freezer, and we got ice cream. The reason why I picked this pallet out, I like the use of these open boxes. I don't know if you had the choice. Something tells me this is on the pallet, and then you're taking singles out of these boxes if I had to guess. Let me know, Jeremy, in the comment section. But you needed enough where you could take these empty boxes, put the open part towards the middle, and it's just going to help you form a better pallet. I believe that's what you did. I don't think you needed the whole case. Let me know if I'm right or wrong. But I think that because it looks like, this is vanilla, but it looks like there's a chocolate ice cream in there. So let me know if I'm right or wrong. I think you took these open boxes, empty boxes, and put ice cream in them, so it just forms a better palette. And if you did, that's great. I love the way you did it. Guys, look how we got these. Something tells me he probably got all these at the one time. Did he spread them all over the pallet? No. He put them all in one corner because he knows his warehouse and he knows he's going to be able to get stronger cases on the back of the pallet. And guys, absolutely 1000%. I am like in agreement with this slip sheet. When you have these smaller slippery cases like this, because they're slippery because they got frost on them, so they got a smooth surface, so they like to slide. I 1000% agree with this slip sheet right here. Great use of a slip sheet, even up here, guys. The smaller cases like this, I would actually honestly say, if I was throwing this pallet, I think I would be looking for slip sheets as well. There you go, guys. All right, this pallet is X Stitch X. Very nice pallet. Everything keeping it's just nice and square. You know, we got the plastic pallet. We might be off the plastic pallet a little bit. Guys, it is very hard to build on a plastic pallet and not be off the plastic pallet a little bit because they're just a smaller surface, but just very well done. See how we got everything pointing towards the middle? Even though these cases are upright, there's no pressure on them. I mean, we're not like crushing these cases or anything. No pressure on them. And then when we had the top to tie in at a chance to tie back in at the top, we did so. Nice constructed pallet there. Thank you for posting your picture. Guys, once again, different part of the, we don't get this everywhere. Different types of boxes and stuff like that. So I enjoy everyone posting their pictures because it is helping all the new selectors out there come over to Discord and start looking at your work. All right, I got two pictures of Stone Avenue we're going to look at. The only thing I want to say on this, I don't mind the column stacking. I'm not 1000% sure what kind of boxes these are, but if it's the salads that I'm thinking of and they are lighter and they crush real easy, even if I would have threw these two, guys, sometimes it is so worth taking the time. This is that touch once mentality you got to get out of your head. If it's going to compromise the pallet, you need to touch those cases more than once. This here would have been moved immediately. So if I would have threw these four boxes down, I would have put, if they're the salads that I'm thinking they are, I would have shooed them right off the pallet and I would have dropped all this weight down and then these four boxes would have been on top. If it's not, then, and they are sturdy boxes, then okay, then we got a leaning column here that's going to knock this one over. We need to separate this. We need to push this over a little bit. But they look like they're the boxes that I'm thinking of, and they're lighter and they will crush. And these oranges and everything, they look like orange boxes. Yeah, I would have dropped all these straight down and took the four boxes out and put them on top. All right, Stone Avenue, your second pallet. I want to say personally, I would never stand carrots up. I would never stand any bag up. They're laying flat, or these carrots, I would lay them on their side, going back towards the middle of the pallet. I will make them work. I'm not standing them up like this because of what is going on right here. It's just absolutely 1000% impossible to stack on top of a case like this, especially with the top of the bag like that. Me personally, I would have found somewhere to lay these down. Whether they're in the inside, and I just got to move one case on the inside and make it work. I will move a couple cases around so I can lay this down so it does not compromise the form of the pallet. Because once again, let's say we wrap this, and when they cut the wrap, if it's someone not thinking about it, maybe they're on the other side of the pallet and they cut the wrap, this whole back corner is just going to fall over. Maybe they're not looking at this side of the pallet. Maybe they're looking at the other side of your pallet. They cut the wrap all the way down, and then this whole entire thing is just going to go. Me personally, I would never stand bags upright. All right, this next one is MXC6782. I don't mind the breaker, and thank you for using a piece of white wood and not breaking your back with a piece of blue wood. Guys, remember, blue wood is 50 pounds and it is a lot thicker, so it's going to make your pallet a lot higher. When you use white wood, you're saving your back because it's a lot lighter, and also it's thinner. It's not as high, so it's going to save the height of your pallet too. The back under, it looks like we backed under, I'm going to guess a couple rows here. Now, I'm being petty, but just make sure you center your bags all the way up, because you can see like the shift come over and then it goes back like this. So we come this way and then we come this way slightly, and that's just because we weren't keeping our line over here. Just make sure you, like this top 1, 2, 3 rows should have been slid over to just square this pallet up a lot better. Once again, guys, it's important because these top 3 rows being shifted over can knock the pallet over, but it looks like we brought this top pallet over a little bit to off-center that a little bit, but very well built pallet. All right, the last one I'm gonna look at is A Fazo, we're going to say. Wow, what a lot of cases. If I had to guess on these two pallets right here, that's got to be close to 400 cases. I mean, that is a lot of cases. And I'll tell you what, for that many cases, I thought you did a really nice job. You know, trying to keep the bigger cases on the outside. I see that you did that over here too. Got all the little cases on the inside. That is a monstrous order right there. I just wanted to put this out there because we don't get too many of these small case orders like this that are just enormous like this. And that is a lot. And I don't even want to sit here and start dissecting it. I looked it over earlier and I thought you did a pretty good job for what you were given. And that is a tough one to build. We're nice and square. We're not hanging off the pallet. We used blue wood, which is smart and just very nicely done. All right, guys, so that's it. That's the final picture. I thank you guys. It is storming outside right now. I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but guys, post your pictures over on Discord Friday. Link in below. Subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up. Leave comments. Spread my channel around. Share it. I appreciate everybody's support, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.